My friends, I'm really curious what you guys think when it comes to the splice era, because we're at a point now where people can just drag and drop a song together, like millions of people, and just put it into a session based on the key and tempo and pretty much end up with a song without having to do too much work. And that means that artificial intelligence is also making songs based on that fact. You know, I might not even be talking right now. Someone might be using my face, doing a deep fake of my voice and sending it into ChatGPT. I mean, it would probably sound a bit more like this, but you guys get the point of what I'm saying, right? It's all taking originality and personality out of whatever it is we're doing. And if you're using samples, there's a chance that somebody could just go buy the same exact sample that you have and then create something like that themselves, right? And that only leaves you one option to be able to be original in this case. And that's learning how to augment a sample. And that's what we're gonna be focusing on today in this episode. We're gonna be doing something a little different. Haven't done something like this in a long time. We're gonna be bringing a few different guests on here, producers, to take the same samples and flip them. So the sample that we're doing is a 2-part sample, and it sounds like this. And we're giving them the option of using either of those samples or both of them. It's kind of up to them because they kind of layer on top of each other, so you could use it in a multitude of ways. Like I said, we put this in the hands of some of my favorite beat makers, some of which have actually worked on my own personal projects before, and we're gonna see what they come up with. They all have 30 minutes to come up with something. So the first producer that we're gonna have up is from the Bay Area. He's a Twitch streamer, his name's Codeezy. He's a really good friend of mine. He has some of the best energy, and that translates into his music as well. So take a listen to that. He actually is gonna kind of explain you through his thought process of doing this, and I think that's really cool because he killed it. One more time, I'm just gonna add that he's from the Bay Area, and I think that really translates to his sound and what he likes to go for with his sound selection and obviously the style of music that he's making. Let's take a listen and see what he did with this thing.
Yo, what's good, people? It's your boy Codeezy. Shout out to Miami and JST. I'm gonna give you a quick rundown of this beat. So first, we agreed to the sample right here. Pitched it up to a lead right here. Now I'm gonna drop the beat. Boom. Took the sample, we reversed it right here. Give it some flavor. And we throw an organ on top. I like my toppings.
I gotta interrupt this for a second before it goes into the first drop. First, I love the sample that he chose. It's from the JST Melodic Spark sample pack that we just put out, and you can grab a copy of that by clicking the link in the description below. But yeah, I wanna comment on how he went the club banger route with this. Not a direction that I would have thought for a sample like this, but he really made it work. And at this point, I've listened to the track and what he did, but he does another drop in it that could be used to be an entirely different beat. Still has a Bay Area sound, but I want you guys to check that out because it's really cool.
There we go. So we ended it with that. Shout out to y'all. Have a great day. Peace. Yay!
Love what you did with that, Codeezy. I love how he made use of the bells, and I'm hoping that you guys do the exact same thing by tapping that notification bell, hitting that subscribe and like button, because my transition game is still crazy. Maybe not as crazy as the transition that's gonna happen from the next producer coming up. Next up, we're gonna have my boy Ogrolla, who a lot of people would know from his football career playing for Alabama State, but I know him as Missy Elliott because he's gonna put that thing down, flip it and reverse it. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what he does with this sample. Is really cool. Just like I expected, flip that thing around. That was a really early drop. I wasn't expecting that quickly. Honestly, his subs are crazy. My subs are crazy too. Hit that subscribe button, you know? I can see a lot of artists going crazy on this. Yeah, he did crazy things with that second sample. That was scary, mostly because he did that in such a short amount of time. I think he did that in like 15 minutes, and he went the trap route, obviously, which made it pretty unrecognizable by the time that the drums kicked in. This is one of those prime examples of what you can do with a sample flip. I just would not have been able to tell that that came from the same melody that the beat before came from. And I think that's one of the beauties of having samples and learning how to augment them so you can create your own unique pieces of work. You can obviously tell that he does this for a living though, with how quick he did that flip. For drums, he was using a new kit that he's working on. It's called the Brick and Mortar kit. I'll drop that in the link too, you know what I'm saying? Always support your fellow friends and everybody doing their work out there. I would say for people that I could see on a beat like this, I could totally see Lil Baby, 42 Doug, somebody like that. The next producer we have up, his name is Fathergrandd. He's from Brooklyn. And he usually works on like R&B and heavily sample-based music. Let's see if he manipulates the sample or if he just uses the same thing and adds like drums to it or whatever. Okay. I love his tag. This isn't his usual one. It's usually like, Fathergrandd, he fired up. All right, totally has a Burroughs, like New York Burroughs vibe to this. Got such a dance going to it. That was crazy. This is more what I know him for, stuff like this. How does it come back? Something Pop Smoke would go. That turned out different than I expected from him. He didn't really derive much from the main melody, but decided to give it kind of an East Coast sound. And I really like the route that he went with this. I feel like you could even get sturdy to this if like any of my dancers out there, you would know what I'm talking about. The fact that Codeezy and Fathergrandd both did sounds that were relative to their area, I thought was pretty interesting. I hope you guys had a good time with this exercise. I mean, the point of this was kind of just to show you that it doesn't matter what you have. Like if you just have a wave file, like it could be taken and interpreted a million different ways. You give it to a million different people and a million different sounds are gonna come out. So when it comes to sample packs, never be afraid to grab something or try something just because maybe you might have heard it before or seen somebody that's used it before, because when you use it, you could put an entirely different spin on it. And that's going for mixers, beat makers, producers, all the above. And if you guys like this, liked having some other people come in and share their knowledge, that's something that we can totally do in the future. Just, you know, leave it in the comments below. Say that you want to see that sort of thing. Someone made a comment on one of my recent videos and was like, oh, like, I like this style of you doing things with a lot more audio and less talking. If that's what you guys want, we can do that. Just gotta let me know. Would you have done something differently if you had that sample? Does this inspire you to approach samples differently? Leave it in the comments below and I'll chat with you fine people like I always do. If you're an engineer on the come up, give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. You only have to do it one time, and tap that bell for notifications so when a video drops, you know the location. Till next time, my friends, I am out of here.